It's Deadpool negative. I'm finally back. I had some more medical misadventures and wasn't feeling up to recording any stuff. But I am back with a review of Transformers issue 30. So I'm actually going to have to deep dive into spoilers in this one. I try not to spoil too much in the comics, but this issue is like it's so weird, but weird in that Kirkman sort of way that I had to talk about it. Okay, as the storyline has been going for the past few issues, Elita-1 isn't just unhappy that Optimus Prime abandoned Cybertron to fight the Decepticons on Earth. She is livid, she is angry, she is she feels Optimus Prime has betrayed the Autobot cause completely. She says you're no longer fit to lead. This world over Cybertron, your brothers and sisters. Um, Prime explains many times that the Decepticons must be driven away from Earth because their actions have caused. And so what we get is Elita-1 is a female Autobot, and we have this scene where she basically beats Optimus Prime senseless to the point where she's trying to pry him open to grab the Matrix. And it's weird. It's very much. I mean, I've always felt that both Kirkman and Bendis, of all the contemporary writers, have some serious issues with women. I don't want to go into detail because nobody really gives a crap. But there's something just weird about Aelita acting like an abusive, jilted lover. It doesn't sound like she's fit for command either. It's unnerving, to say the least. I know that's silly, but it's how I felt. Um, and so Optimus Prime gives the Matrix the option to choose her as the new leader of the Autobots. And it does. We get Elita Prime, and Optimus Prime calls himself Optimus, but he's basically back in the um, Orion Pax form. Um, as Prime says, I know you now can direct this fury in the service of our people. I think this might have hit better if we got a better sense of what was going on in Cybertron, other than the usual, the Decepticons are oppressing the Autobots stuff. Like, I never get the sense that Elita is that angry. Okay, and then things get really strange because Elita then says, "I command you, the Autobots. I command you all to return to Cybertron immediately. I can spare none of you. If you choose to stay with Optimus here, you will be Autobots no longer." And so, those that stay, their Autobot symbol gets mad. Okay, I wouldn't say magically. It gets cut up, and Ultra Magnus and Bulkhead take the including the dead one, including Bumblebee, injured Autobots with them, and it's so like she's saying the Autobots are exiled traitors now. Yet at the end, she says, "I hope we see each other again." It's a there's just something very hateful and abusive about Aelita's behavior that I didn't really understand what point. Like, it's given reasons, but I didn't really understand what point Kirkman was making other than, man, bitches are hard, are hard. They're hard to please. They're so hard to please. I mean, always remember like the fact that Invincible kids are two kids are a product of a really brutal rape. That Adam Eve had like her first thought when she got pregnant was about Mark's worthiness as a father, and not, wow, I'm pregnant, I might have a baby, what will that do to my body? And then she had an abortion when she thought he was dead, and he let that kind of wash over him. And despite the fact that they were functionally immortal, never tried for another kid. I think about the way Laurie was portrayed in The Walking Dead, and how that character made her exit. I don't know. I think about like the way in Thief of Thieves, in the initial stories anyway, the guy wants to stop being a thief to get back together with his wife, and his wife is portrayed as so hateful and unappreciative of his desire to reform, that it becomes like, well, why? Why do you want this person in your life? Or I think about the fact that in Brit, he's dating a former law student who left it because she liked stripping better. And then like later when he knocks her up, she gets all like possessive, and like, I swear to God, like one of the symbols of a Robert Kirkman comic is a woman holding a baby glaring at the main character. And I just impressed that he was able to do it with a goddamn Transformers comic. It's not that Elita is wrong or her behavior or her, it's just the way it's portrayed is so over the top and strange. And she acts like a psychopath. And we're supposed to believe that her commitment to Cybertron makes her worthy of the Matrix? Why did he have to destroy her character this way? I do not understand it. I mean, the actual setup is going to make for some interesting stories, as I hope Kirkman shifts more time to the Cybertron stuff. But kicking all the Autobots out for wanting to stay and stop Megatron and the Decepticons, wouldn't Elita have a lot of investment in keeping Megatron and the rest of the Decepticons away from Cybertron? Like, and defeated and gone? It's so weird. I just don't. Maybe it's going somewhere interesting, and I hope, and it probably is. I think Kirkman is, after this is the end of Kirkman's first arc, and I give him credit. It went places I didn't expect. It had the energy that I was afraid was going to go away from the comic when Johnson took over. And once again, it had phenomenal Dan Mora art. I really think it's interesting because they're back to Mike Spicer and colorist, but they're having the same chaotic sort of artwork. It's like he's trying to emulate Jorge Corona, but not and keep his own style, and I appreciate that. I really do. I think this is still one of the better comics on the market, and I'm going to continue to review it, but I just had to get all that stuff out because Robert Kirkman books are weird about women. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'm definitely saying buy it. I'm just saying these are my issues with it, and I felt like I need to talk about them. And I will talk to you later.